Hi everybody, in this week's video I've been asked to tell you what is the difference between fundamental and technical analysis. There are two types of traders. Like we said, the first one is a fundamental investor or trader. They're looking at the fundamentals of a company. For example, are profits going up? Are they going up by 15 to 30% a year, for example? And have they been doing that for the last 5 years? What about debt? We want to make sure that a company has a certain amount of debt, but not too much debt that it can't pay it back. What about margins? The difference between what it costs to make a service or product and the price that you sell it at, the profit margins. Are they growing? Are they stagnating, or are they actually going down? So this will give you the fundamentals of a company. And what that does is it tells you which company to invest in, right? You're looking for the best company in the world, and there's 7,000 of these companies out there. And just imagine, and then we have a screener where we put certain things in, and it gives you a list of which companies, let's say 25, that you should be getting into. So now the question, of course, is, now that you've got this list, 25, should you be buying those companies, the best of the best of the best? Yes or no? And the answer, of course, is no, absolutely not. And here's the reason why. Because that is step number one. Step number two is the technical analysis. The technical analysis is nothing but the short-term study of the price movement. Okay, so it's the study of the movement in the short term, because this actually tells you, whereas the fundamental tells you which companies, the technical analysis tells you when to get in and when to get out. So for example, if you had something which was, let's say, at £20 or dollars or euros, and this price here was 25 and this was 30, and let's say this is going up, down, up, down, up, down, and at the moment we were at 30, is now a good time to be getting in, do you think? Let me draw a couple of lines just to help you out. So this is kind of the resistance, this is kind of the support, and can you see right now it's up here? And if you like this company, in other words, you thought it was a great company with great fundamentals, and you wanted to buy it, but then you did number two, the technical analysis, is now at 30 a good time to buy. And I'm hoping that you're probably going to say what? You're probably going to say, you know what? Probably if I like the company fundamentally at 30, I'm going to love it at 25 and I'm going to marry it at 20. That's right. You want to wait till it comes down to a price point that we want to get into. And that is why the technical analysis is so important. Now, I have a question for you, and that is this. Which one do you think is more important? Do you think it's fundamental or it is technical analysis? Which one of these analyses do you think is best? I'm going to give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Decide which one, fundamental or technical. And the answer is, it's of course both, right? Because what you need to do is you need to have the best companies, and then you need to know when to buy those companies. And what we actually do at Investment Mastery is we do two types of analysis which most people don't do. When you go out there, it's always about the best companies, the best companies, the best companies. But what about the worst companies? The ones with falling profit margins, the ones with growing debt that they can't pay back. What about, the profits, earnings per share going down maybe over the last 5 years? So what we want is we want to have the worst companies, and then we want to sell those companies short, which is of course making money when markets go down. Now the question of course is, do you want to sell short here? Do you want to sell short here? Or do you want to sell short here? Well, we've already ascertained that when we're buying, we want the lowest possible price, but when we're doing this thing, making money going down, we want the what? The highest possible price. Okay, and then we have to have a stop loss here when we're buying, a stop loss here. So we make sure that we do a lot of fundamental analysis, a lot of technical analysis. Why? Just to put the probabilities in our favor. So I hope you enjoyed this video, because it really did tell you the difference between fundamental and technical analysis and which one is more important.